I don't have the iPad. I guess I don't need it. Guys, welcome to the Merry Boozers channel. We're here today for a special live. We're testing out some stuff, making sure things are working. Lori's monitoring the chat as always. I was going to put together the E-Flite F-16 today, and I figured why not go live? We needed to test some stuff out. So hopefully some of you guys make it into the chat. I'll talk for a minute because I know it's going to be a little random for a lot of people. Maybe some guys will pop in. Maybe they won't. Lori, is there anybody in the chat yet? Somebody's in. All right. Like I said, this isn't our normal time. We still will have a live show tonight. But just kind of a random day with the boozer here hanging out. Wanted to say welcome. And we're going to put this airplane together today. Like I said on the channel, I know it's kind of random time. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So I am in the process of putting the F-16 together. Keep going. Putting the F-16 together, and I figured why not go live and hang out with you guys while I did it. The only things that I've already done is I've glued on the tail surfaces out of the box, glued on the tail, and glued on the two little dorsals underneath. So we were having some issues with our account last night, and it's not letting me comment on videos. So when we were in the pilot lounge last night, I couldn't comment to you guys for some reason. It would let me get one in every once in a while. So we're just trying to make sure the live chat's okay for today. And like I said, put the plane together. So without further ado, I left the wings over there. I'll be right back. Let me go get them. I'm going to need those. Sorry, I'm back. Forgot something. So anyway, first thing we need to do is find my radio. Oh, it's over there. Laura, would you grab me my radio over there? And you can hand it to me off camera here in a second. I got to get a battery in it here in just a second and start putting on the control rods. After we bind it up, make sure everything's centered. Thank you. So welcome, guys. Nice little Sunday afternoon to hang out, right? Set all this stuff aside. Get this opened up and get the bind port done up. Maybe I've already done this. There's a bind plug in it. I can't remember. Maybe I already set it up. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody do any flying? Lori?
Boy made an old used Park Zone Visionaire and a brand new Park Zone T28.
So Phone Boy made a Visionaire today. And a T28?
Yep.
Sweet. Do you like them, Phone Boy? My IX slow is being silly right now. The screen won't turn on. No, it's not dead. It's just it's turning on. This is actually the first time I've used it since Joe, I think. No, I flew a couple times last week. Anyway, sorry guys about that in the live chat last night that I wasn't able to talk to you. Laura, is everything still looking good? The reason we're doing this, guys, is to test our channel. For some reason, it was being really goofy, and it hasn't been letting me comment on people's videos in live shows for some reason.
It's letting me throw in quick comments, but it's still giving me that message.
It's still giving her that. See, we have that error going on right now, and we don't know what it is. So that's kind of our problem. So we can't comment back to you guys like normal. It's weird. YouTube is doing... So every couple seconds, you know when you first jump into a live show, how it'll say, welcome to the live stream.
Remember to guard your privacy and abide our community.
Yeah, guard your privacy and abide by the YouTube policies. Well, it keeps doing it like every 5 seconds. And when I go to comment, it erases my comment and makes me type it over again. And so if I don't do it really fast, it deletes it. And we don't know why it's doing that. But by the grace of God, it looks like we're able to still go live and you guys are able to see us. But I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm actually setting up a new model right now so you know what's going on. And I don't know if this video is going to keep living on forever. It probably will. But I am trying to bind up the F-16 right now. That way we can put the control rods on. So I'm going to do a default model on my IX-12. Maybe. Airplane. Phone Boy's coming to Florida. Come visit us. Come hang out with the Merry Boozers. How many guys are in here right now?
7.
7 guys in the chat for a random day going live. That's not bad, guys. And we still, like I said, guys that are coming in today, we're still doing our regular show at 8 o'clock tonight. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to do this while we were putting the airplane together. I said, hey, Lori, let's fire up the camera and let everybody kind of hang out with us for a little bit. All right, so new airplane's created. Go in here and name it. F-16. F-16. Sorry, this isn't the most exciting part of the build process. And, you know, normally I don't do live builds just because they kind of take forever to put them together. But, like I said, hanging out with us. Anybody doing anything fun today?
Victor's ready to fly right now. He's at the field.
Victor's at the field ready to fly, watching us live from the field. All right.
He's fixing to drop out and go flying.
All right, I need a battery. Let me grab a battery, guys.
Homeboy's flying right now.
Got a battery?
Someone flew a Kingfisher.
A Kingfisher. Oh, that'd be a neat airplane. I've definitely never had my hands on one of those. We're going to go into bind. We're going to plug this in. Bind.
The Crack King just got a lot of planes and a collection of RC stuff from the 70-year-old collection, from the 70-year collection. He says it's going to take him forever to sort it out.
Didn't work. Let's try that again. Sorry I'm not as talkative as normal. I'm trying to actually concentrate here, make sure I do this right.
Binding.
Said he's got some
What
stuff
in the
that he's
world
never
is
seen
going on?
before.
Well,
Bind failed.
I don't know what's going on here, guys. I can't get it to bind.
Bind with the radio farther away, you've been told.
All right, hang on. I'll walk over here.
Binding. Bind complete.
Well,
ESMX.
you were right. It worked.
Good job, Homeboy.
All right. AS3X. There it is. Uh-oh. The rudder doesn't work. And the rudder is hooked up. Oh, boy. I hope it's hooked up right. Well, excitement. Steering wheel works, but the rudder doesn't. So I hope I hooked that up correctly. Bah, bah, bah. All right, we can pull the bind plug out either way. That is not going to be fun if I did that wrong. All right, guys. Well, there we go. It's bound up. We can at least start putting everything together now. I'm going to flip it over and start putting the control rods on for the elevators. Ta-da. So, there it is. I'm going to turn the radio off while I'm doing this. I could leave the airplane on, but I'm going to just do this. Let's see where it says in the instruction manual to put our control rods. Always go by your book, guys. They're great reference. Tell you how to do all this. Here we go. So the elevator goes on the outer rod, outer control horn. And then it's a ball clevis on these, so you don't have to worry about finding the right hole on the other ones. Just make sure they're lined up. Ta-ta. Ta-ta. And it's almost right on the money already. Needs a little bit more out. That's pretty right on the money right there. Boom. And we'll put this one on right here. Like I said, not to throw you guys off too much. I just was going to put this together. We needed to test that out. What's up, Lori?
How fast is this baby supposed to go?
How fast is this baby supposed to go? You know, this F-16, I've seen it fly. I'm going to say this one's doing around 100 to 110 on full throttle. It's not the fastest jet on the market, but it's definitely not a slow airplane by any means. And actually, I'm going to turn the radio back on real quick before I hook this up. And I'm going to make sure my control surfaces are neutral with the battery in it.
And when do you expect to make this thing?
If everything goes right and I get out to the field today, I plan on mating it today, actually. If, like I said, everything goes good. You know, we're kind of busy right now. I'm building the P-38 as we speak also. It's just off frame right now. And I'm getting it Papa dotted, and after we get it Papa dotted, we're going to actually film a build video with that one. Full-on build video. This battery's way too big that I put in here, but it should work for what I'm doing.
You've been given a suggestion when you take it for mating.
Okay.
Take it easy on taxiing. It loves to tip.
Oh, I'm sure with these little bitty landing gear, I'm sure she rolls right over. The 90 millimeter F-16 I had would do the same thing. If you turn it too sharp, it turned right up on its tail. All right, let me turn it over real quick. Hopefully the battery doesn't sling out of it when I do this. And it did. There we go. We'll just set it on the table. All right, now I can make sure the controls are centered. This one needs to go out a little bit. Wrong way. Out just a little hair more. So, Lori, is it still giving you a hard time right now?
Yep.
So, guys, what we've been having issues with is the that are just jumping in the. Hey, look at that! We got an elevator now. I'm gonna cycle the gear while it's sitting here too. Oh yeah, nice.
Timer stop.
She got power. You know, I've seen the Horizon guys when we were at Joe Knoll. They had theirs set up on ADAS, and this thing looked stupid. He must have been clipping 140 miles an hour with it on ADAS. It was hilarious. There we go. So that's all good. Like I said, sorry I'm not talking too much. Just kind of concentrating on putting the plane together here. Anybody got any questions for the boozers? It's a good time to ask them. Kind of paying attention right now. I need something to reach in there and grab that with. I don't know where my forceps are, but there's a pair of needle nose. There we go. No questions, Lori?
Yeah. Homeboy asked what part of Florida do we live in?
What part of Florida do we live in? We live in Central Florida, kind of in between Tampa and Orlando. It's a little town called Webster, Florida. It's actually where our flying club is also. There's that. Ta-da. And might as well slide this one in there.
Langley 360 said he gave away his old Cub yesterday to a guy and he absolutely loved it.
Sweet, Wayne. Keep people into the hobby. Was it somebody new, or was it a new flyer, or was it somebody old that was just in love with the airplane and you wanted them to have it, Wayne? Slide all this together. Get the wires in.
We've been asked how was Papa's trip so far.
Papa hasn't left for his trip yet, and he will actually be at our show tonight. If all goes well. Right. He is definitely getting ready for it. I got Dave's RC's phone number from him yesterday. Possibly they're going to meet up when they're up in Maine. So that would be kind of neat. There we go. Got the wings together.
Oh, here's a good question. Hi Wesley, what colors would you use for weathering the Arrows RC F4U Corsair?
F4U Corsair. Well, you got to have black if you're going to do any kind of weathering. I like a very light gray color, kind of farther back, and just make some misty streaks. It kind of looks like it's been sitting out getting rained on that blue. Gives it a real pretty color. My Corsair here, hang on a second. I'll show you. Coming around there, guys. So I'm coming over here with my E-Flite Corsair, just to kind of give you maybe a thought on your your Corsair, but it's the Arrows. The Arrows and the E-Flite are a lot alike. Can you see that real good, Laurie?
Yeah, pretty good. Decent.
So do you see
You got a lot of shine on it. You can't really see the colors. There,
right there?
There's good.
So do you see kind of the streakies I've done down right here? The airplane's kind of dusty. I was at Joe Knoll too. But it's got these white streaks in it. I do that real lightly with the airbrush. And then black's always good too, but you're doing a darker color, so it's always a little harder to show stuff on it. You can see it's been Papa dotted too. So if you kind of wanted to know what your Corsair would look like weathered, this is it. It's Papa dotted, and then this is silver paint. If you can see some of those chippings, the rock chips and stuff around the panels, I just took a brush, dipped it in silver, and then wiped it off on a paper towel to where it was almost all gone, and then I sat there and just kind of stippled it on there, and that gives it those little chips that you're seeing right in here and there and all around in there. And then this, on a real Corsair, these always had a big leaky spot on it, and it goes down and down onto the wing. The airplane's not together right now. I just haven't had a chance to put it back together since Joe Knoll, but same thing. Let me try and look at it with you guys here for a second. The same thing right in here where the rain would be hitting it when it was setting. You take that white and you just kind of go up and down with it real lightly. You don't want to go crazy with this. This is a very subtle effect. But you do that up and down, and it gives it some streaks on any of these top surfaces. Like I said, it's really light, and I don't even know if you can see it on camera right now. But that's something I tell you to do. The exhaust ports, just like on all our other airplanes, it's black in here with a little bit of gray right up in here to where it shows that it was really hot coming out of there. Let's see, maybe you can see it better on this side. It's hard to show a blue one on camera, guys, because the reflection on it, I know it's odd. But yeah, anyway, there's exhaust on the bottom. This plane was also crashed. You can see that this has been foam repaired all in here. But yeah, that's kind of what I did on my Corsair. Hopefully that gives you some ideas. Be right back. I'm going to go back over there and get ready to screw the wing on the F-16. Ta-da, I need these. All right, I'm back. Did y'all miss me?
Got another good question.
Okay, got another question.
Homeboy asks, do you prefer no wind or a little, like 5 to 10 miles an hour?
I prefer, okay, so I am not in the no wind category on this one. It's okay every once in a while to have no wind, but if you're flying any kind of a tail dragger warbird, if you can have 3 to 5 mile an hour right down the runway, it actually makes them a lot easier to take off and land. Now, that being said, I don't want to go out there in a hurricane or anything, or when it's really hot and bumpy. I don't enjoy that, but I do like a little bit of wind. You know, it kind of worked out really good for us when we were at Joe Knoll. We had about a 3 mile an hour wind right down the runway the whole time. And Lori will tell you, I was greasing my landings and takeoffs, and it really helps keep that nose pointed right where you want it if there's a wind coming from the front. And then on a not windy day, I have a lot more fighting the controls to keep the airplane from kind of doing one of these on takeoff. You know, you can overcompensate with the rudder, of course, but I'm just saying I prefer a little bit of wind, especially when I'm flying a World War I biplane. If the wind's crosswind, I leave it in the car because if you ever do a World War I airplane, I don't care what you do. It's going to go into the wind. So if you have a crosswind, that plane's going to go whoop, whoop, and take off straight across the runway. I don't care how good a pilot you are. They just do it. Same thing on landing. You know, if you got a little bit of a headwind, you come in with those World War I planes, and you leave a little bit of throttle on, keeping some air going over the surfaces, and it'll come in and just set down, and then you ease out the power. I see a lot of guys, they come in and they cut the power when they're going to land those planes, and then they do one of these, and they flip over. Real World War I planes would have done it too, but that's kind of how you get around that problem if you ever do one. It's funny, guys, that it just takes no time at all to put these airplanes together anymore. You know, what took me a little bit longer on this one is I just had to glue the control surfaces on, and I did that before we came on the show. Although, I am going to have to go in through the bottom of this airplane and fix the rudder servo because I plugged it in backwards. Oops. Happens. Everybody does it. It would have been better if I would have done it from the beginning before I had to pull the dang bottom out of it to fix it, but I'm human. It happens to everybody. Man, that one is tight. Yes, ma'am.
In a different direction, what kind of RC car or truck do you like?
What kind of RC truck do I like was the question. I really enjoy crawlers so far. So I've done the faster Basham ones. I had a Traxxas Rustler and a Traxxas Stampede. They were both a lot of fun. But as I got older, my interests have changed, and I can actually show you. So this is my current rig. I'll come around there again. Sorry, guys. I'll be off camera for a second.
Okay.
So we do plan on doing videos on these. So this is my current rig. It's a little dusty. We took them to Joe Knoll with us, and we're playing with them in the mud. So this is the Axial SCX-10, but it's been honchoed out, which is a term that you probably don't know yet if you're not into the crawler scene. But it's where you take the Wraith axles off of the Wraith that you see setting back there. It's a wider stance. And you change them out from the standard SCX-10 axles to the Wraith axles. And it gives it this wider stance. I've also put the super squishy, what are these called? Duratex. I think they're called Super Swampers. They're on Amazon for like $20, these tires, but they're super, super squishy and really sticky. That help a lot. And then this is a custom body too. It's built like a model kit. So it comes as the body and all the little pieces go to it, and you have to build the interior, but and it doesn't come painted. I painted it. I did do light buckets throughout, so all the lights work on the little Jeep. It's been a lot of fun. I need to get a license plate for it. I did all the little scale details I could on it, but I've had a lot of fun with it. This truck here is around $400 to buy one. I bought the truck used off of a guy and then did the upgrades to it the way I wanted it. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, that kind of answers maybe what I like. I like crawlers, though. And I'm an Axial fan. They're kind of expensive, but they do make good products. I've been wanting to get the Red Cat Gen 7 Pro. This is Lori's truck back here. She's got the Wraith, Axial Wraith. Hers is covered in mud. We haven't cleaned it since Joe Knoll. And we definitely got to mud the first couple of days there. It was a lot of fun. We just got to clean them up. But that's the Wraith. So we're kind of into crawlers. We're not huge into trucks. It's just been something kind of fun to do. And we've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Do you know, is your truck Gen 7 or 8?
Mine is not on an SCX-10. I didn't know they had generations on the SCX-10.
I might have been referring to a different question, but it just says Gen 7 or 8.
Now, on the Gen 7 or 8, that's probably the Red Cat's one you're thinking of. It's a different truck than the Red Cat. They are similar in a lot of ways, but this is kind of the, how do I put it? This is the Horizon Hobby version, whereas the Red Cat is more of a off-brand, put it that way. It's still a great truck, but the parts aren't near as easy to be had as they are for these. The reason I went with Axial is if you like to customize and upgrade, you can buy anything under the moon for that truck. That SCX-10, they make everything for it. And the wheelbase is adjustable on it. So if you wanted to set up a Jeep, you can move your wheelbase in. If you wanted to have like I did with the Jeep Cherokee, which is a 4-door. You can expand your wheelbase to the correct wheel spacing, which I think this is 105 millimeters. I have to remember. I have to look it all up because when you buy custom bodies, you have to know what your millimeters of your wheelbase are. And it's nice on the SCX10 because it's adjustable, so you can set it to the wheelbase that you desire. Anyway, really off topic on that from airplanes, but hey, in better news, the F-16's put together, guys. Y'all saw the wheels go up a second ago and everything's working. I'm going to have to go in through the bottom and reverse the servo lead for the rudder because I plugged it in backwards. Oops. Happens to everybody. But I looked in there and seen it, but I just have to take the thing off. I don't know where the top ended up. I have no idea what I did with the top of the... Oh, it's on it. Oops. Well, guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed hanging out with us for a little bit. I know it was a random afternoon show here, but we needed to test to see if our show tonight is going to work with the issues we're still having with YouTube. I've sent in a ticket to YouTube. Hopefully they respond to me soon on why our account is doing the crazy thing it's doing. I actually have a picture of it last night. Let me show you this, guys. Y'all are going to think this is crazy. Or if anybody's ever seen it before. So last night in like the Pilot Ryan live chat, this is what mine showed. Do you see? It looks like Dave has put in $400. Well, it just kept popping across the screen the whole time. All Dave RC across the top. It just kept going, kept going, kept going. And then down here, it kept giving me this invite or this welcome to YouTube. Welcome to YouTube, every other comment. And every time I try and put in a comment, this thing would pop back up and delete my message. Crazy, right, guys? So I hope y'all weren't too disappointed with me not talking very much last night. I was extremely frustrated, though. Lori was watching me. I was ready to throw my phone across the table. Sorry, I'm going to get a drink. Coca-Cola. Anyway, that was the frustration I was living with last night. How many people are in here right now? I haven't even asked. 10 people in here watching? Well, not bad for an unscheduled thing. There's a lot of people in church this time of day because I know it's noon here, but it's probably 10 o'clock out there on the East Coast, and Central America is all what? What you laughing at me for? Mixed with rum? No rum in this. Not a drop of rum in this bottle. Coca-Cola. Anyway, so there it is, guys. The F-16 is all put together.
Yeah, there was 15 in here at one point.
I hope y'all have enjoyed hanging out with us for the little bit. I know it was, like I said, random time. It's hard for everybody to come in at this time of day. We may do a little video tonight. I haven't decided what it's going to be on, but I think we might be doing a video of comparing this one and the Free Wing, maybe. I know that whenever I initially opened this, we kind of talked about that, but we had so many issues with our live show that I've actually taken that video down since then, because that was back whenever the video kept cutting in and out on us, and it was, ugh. I'm so glad we at least have stable streams now, guys, where y'all can come by and know you're going to get to see whatever you come to see. Can't always promise that there's no technical difficulties, but we try. But what I'm thinking about doing, move some stuff around here. And if I can fly this today, even give you the flight review of it. Let me grab this airplane. I know this is random right now. Macarena. Holy crap, I'm banging stuff everywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Hiya! Sorry, I like to come a lot more prepared for this normally, but what I'm thinking about doing is a comparison video tonight, if that's what y'all would be interested in, between the Free Wing F-16 and the E-Flite F-16. They're almost identical. I think guys would be choosing between these two airplanes right now if they were looking for an F-16. These are your two best choices. So what I was kind of thinking about going over tonight on our live show was the comparison of the two. Now that this one's put together, I have this one. You know, it's kind of funny. Are these glued in? Oh, I was going to say, do those clip in there? They don't. But it would have been funny. One thing straight off the bat, these are plastic on this one. These are foam on this one. Kind of cool. But what I'm thinking about doing is kind of going between the two airplanes and discussing which one maybe would be better for who and what. But anyway, hopefully I'll come by tonight. 8 o'clock as always. Sorry that it took me a little off surprise today coming in. We've got the P-38 behind us getting built. I've almost got the Papa Dots done. That won't be on a live show. That will be an actual video. We're trying out our new cameras, and I'm in love with it. For these close-up shots, man, I can really show you the details we're doing in these airplanes now with that new camera. I mean, it's amazing. I can't wait to show it to you. Lori's working on the F-35 video today. Hopefully we'll have that up tomorrow, hopefully. Sorry it didn't come sooner, guys. We've just been nuts around here. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. It's been a pleasure as always, gentlemen. We'll see y'all later. Bye, guys. See y'all tonight, 8 p.m. Bye. Bye.